Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. I have some alarming news that I need to share with you guys today. I need you to share this video with as many people as possible because this is probably going to be one of the most important videos that I ever drop. When I got this news today, it was unsettling to say the least. And it's unfortunate because this is not what I want to be known for. As you guys know, over the last 9 years, we've taken great pride in making high production content that we pour our blood, sweat, and tears into and bring that to people. I don't like to be the guy that brings all the bad news to people. That's not what I've ever wanted to be known for. Unfortunately, it's a burden I seem to have now because as a distributor of emergency preparedness supplies, I get information first, okay? And I got some bad information today, which I think is a harbinger of things to come. And it is going to get bad. It's going to get materially bad in terms of resource scarcity in the not so distant future. And you guys need to be the first ones to know. Okay, now I want to preface this by saying that I do not want you to go out and make any sort of rash financial decisions after watching this video. And in fact, I would encourage you to take a deep breath, wait 24 hours before making any decisions, because you're going to want to war game the next 6 months financially with as much care, caution, and concern as possible. Because what I'm going to tell you today, for me, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, I'm pretty desensitized to a lot of bad news. It takes a lot to spook me, believe it or not. I know I'm giving you guys these daily updates of bad news, but that's the reason why that this information that I received today really got me concerned. Like, I mean, worried. And not worried like I'm going to, I'm freaking out, I'm going to lose sleep over it, but worried in the sense that this is a sign, this is the canary in the coal mine, okay? So, again, please do not go and make any hasty financial decisions. This is not to sell you stuff. The goal of my store is to get you the things you need. In fact, I had to talk somebody off a ledge today, a financial ledge, because they wanted to dump thousands and thousands of dollars into preps. And I'm like, look, I don't want you, and the information that I felt they were providing me for the reasons why, I didn't think was justified. And so I told them that, because I'm not just out to make a buck off people, and that's not what I'm about. I want to get you what you need and nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so I got off the phone with a major supplier and distributor of emergency preparedness food today. And this is the same supplier who throughout the pandemic warned me that there was going to be shortages. And those shortages were different. During the pandemic, the shortages were more so related to scarcity of workers and a increased demand, which could have been met. There was a delay. This is a material scarcity. One of the biggest manufacturers of freeze-dried food, actually several of the biggest manufacturers of freeze-dried food in the United States, North America, are running out of stuff. They simply cannot get the stuff to make. They cannot get the chicken. They cannot get the meat. Now, if you watched my recent video on the coming food crisis, go watch it. It's like a 15-minute mini documentary. Please go watch it, and it's going to inform this video, and it's going to show you why I'm so worried. Now, they are saying that their expected deliveries are going to be down nearly 90%. Okay? 90%. Why is this the canary in the coal mine? Because, as some of you know, the world has 3 months worth of food. In fact, most people probably don't know that. But the world has about 3 months worth of food stored. Okay? And China right now has about 1.5 years worth of food stored. Why? Well, maybe they were anticipating something. They have a history of famine and starvation and, all that cannibalistic goodness. And maybe they decided to, just hedge their bets a little bit. And hedge their bets they have, because they now are sitting on one of the biggest stockpiles of food they've ever had in history. And they've done so for a reason. Maybe it pertains to the war. Maybe it pertains to wars that are yet to be in the Southeast Asia Sea with Taiwan. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, there's some countries who have massive stockpiles of food, and there's some countries who have less than a month's worth of food, mostly sub-Saharan Africa, developing countries, Egypt, for example, has 3 months worth of food, which of course they heavily rely on because they're one of the world's biggest importers of food. And you need to understand that one day things are going to be good and the next day they're not. And the information that I was provided with today was the straw that broke the camel's back. It showed me that we are entering a time of material scarcity. This is different than the pandemic, when it was simply we can't get the workers, we can't have the logistics, This is material scarcity. They cannot get the chicken, the meat, various ingredients, the dairy, in order to utilize in these freeze-dried meals. If you don't know what freeze-dried meals are, it's basically prepper food, okay? It's stuff that lasts 25 years. They suck all the moisture out of it, more so than dehydrated. It's a very complex process that I don't want to explain here, but all you need to know is that when the surplus food, when the prepping food runs out, that should tell you something. And I do not believe that it's just because of panic buying or anything like that, because the pandemic was worse in that respect. It's something else. It's because there's legitimately a shortage of food. Now, is that food shortage going to be enduring? Well, what do we have? We have the bird flu kicking around. We have something going on in Shanghai. Nobody really knows. Is it a different virus? We have Russia that just had a warship sunk today. And if you don't think there's going to be some kind of retaliation for that, I would just encourage you to go and watch Netflix, because ignorance is bliss. Because what is coming, guys, this news had me shook today. I legit was worried after I got off that phone call, because this is bad. This means that it doesn't matter if you have money, you're not going to be able to buy the food, okay? It doesn't matter how much money you have, you're not going to be able to have stuff to buy with it, potentially. Now, I'm not saying that this is the end of the world, but I am saying that major food shortages are coming. And that's just a sign of the times. This means that the price of food is about to skyrocket. And the famines are coming, unfortunately, for the developing world. And it's not going to be good. And all I can say is that it's a great year to start gardening. It's a great year to be very frugal with your grocery purchases. I'm not saying go and buy freeze-dried food, because quite frankly, there ain't much to go around. And if there is, I'll let you know. If there's ever a surplus, I'll let you guys know. What I would encourage you to do is go where the restaurants shop. Go to places like wholesale clubs, not Costco, because Costco is not really wholesale. It's kind of like fake wholesale. It's modern wholesale. Go to the real wholesale places, the real Canadian wholesale, we call it. You can buy yourself big bags of flour, big bags of sugar, big bags of rice, salt, everything. Big cans of tuna, things like that. And I'm not saying panic buy either, though. That's the thing. I don't want you to go and make any hasty decisions, because I don't want to be, as preppers, we're already, I'm already ready. You guys seen my food stockpile video I did last year, and I told people, get it. Well, you want to do these things while there is no panic. People think that, there's no panic, so there's no need to do this. No, you do it before the panic, so you don't have to be a part of the panic and part of the stampede. Now, guys, I need you to understand that I cannot articulate in words, and I don't want to give too many details out about specific companies. I know I don't expect you to take my word for it, okay? I don't, especially if you're new to this channel. You're like, who the hell is this guy? You haven't seen our higher production content, which is far more well-researched and thorough in its explanation than this video. But for what it's worth, a guy who runs a prepping store that happens to be not a big one, but we have a bit of a footing, and we know some people, and they're telling us that the amount of stuff that's going to be available is drastically going to be reduced. Like, not just reduced, but I'm talking drastic reduction. I'm also warning you that other stuff is going to be it's going to be hit and miss, but there's a lot of things that are going to be incredibly short supply, like backpacks. I mean, we are months out on those military style backpacks. Good luck. Okay. Anything that's textile related, because of this lockdown situation in China, which is only going to worsen. It's just going to keep coming back. They're going to have to keep locking things down. Something has to give. Either China has to accept that they've lost, or that they're going to have to live with it, or something. Because if they continue to do this lockdown cycle thing, these supply chain issues are never going to get resolved. The price of oil, if that continues to go up as a result of the war, that's going to add fuel to the problem. Probably not the best metaphor to use there, but it's going to maintain the high cost of shipping, and the cost of packaging is through the roof, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's going to be a matter of, we're going to move from an era of being able to buy things even if it comes at a high price, to not being able to buy things because they simply materially do not exist. And if this bird flu continues to spread, and if all these confounding factors continue to compound and accumulate over the next few weeks and months, then in fall, if the harvest ain't good because the weather is shite right now, they're not getting seeds in the ground in Ukraine, which is already a disaster unto itself with respect to them being able to export their stuff because of what's going on in the Black Sea. Obviously the Russia situation, one of the primary exporters of staple goods in the world. And if these things continue, if nothing happens with the fertilizer price, with the price of pesticide and all these factors, then very, very dire, austere times are upon us. And I need you to be aware of this. That's all I have to say today, guys. Take care. We have more lighthearted content, as promised, coming in the not so distant future, next few days actually. So stay tuned for that. And it's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? It's gonna be a strange act to follow this video with that type of content. It's gonna seem strange because it's more comedic and upbeat in nature, and to follow with this kind of video is going to seem strange, but this is important. And I guess my only advice right now is just know what's coming. This is real. This is not hype. This is not Chicken Little stuff. This is real. This is materially real. We are entering a period of material scarcity, and you need to prepare for it. If you're born on this side of 1980, the hardest time of your life is around the corner. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Canadian Prepper out.